But the real 50 Cent used to run with Eric B. and Rakim.
Yeah, right.
And I was cool with Eric B. and Rakim. I went to the Ave in Queens and bought me the Gucci link chain. My shit was like this big, each Gucci link. So I run into Eric B. and Rakim in them one day, and I see 50. And 50 go, yo, what's good? I'm like, what's good, 50? He said, you knew I was going to get you for that chain. I was like, you was going to rob me? He's like, yeah, but, you know, I told Rod I was going to get you. And Rod was like, nah, that's Ed Lover from your MTV Raps. Let the nigga live. I was like, you was going to rob me? Like, what did you think was going to happen? And I was going to pull the hammers out on you, and I was going to get you for that shit. But Eric B. and Rakim, every time I see Rakim, we laugh about it. Because 50 was actually going to rob me.
Yeah.
Rakim saved my shit. The nigga wasn't that big.
Right.
I'm like, you think I was just going to let you have my chain like that? Nah, I was going to pull the joints out on you. Like, go ahead. Leave me the fuck alone, 50, because you're just a little crazy nigga. You know, everybody know little crazy niggas? He was like a little crazy nigga.
Right.
He robbed anybody. Like, Rod told me to leave you the fuck alone. It's like, yo, you.
Damn, being that he used to be around Rakim and Eric B, did they ever get like blowback from the shit that he was doing to rappers?
No, I don't think at that time. Because remember, he had Supreme Magnet with him. Yeah, Sonny was with him. 50 was with him. Rod was like a real, like you didn't fuck around with Rakim. Rakim had real niggas with him.
Yeah.
Like I remember Supreme Magnetic, we had to go get Leo to save Dre's life. Because Dre got on a bus. We was all down in New Orleans for BRE, Black Radio Exclusive. Dre got on the bus, sat in the seat. Quano, that was in the Microphone Fiend video, that's Supreme Magnetic's son. Quano told Dre, you can't sit here. My father's getting on the bus. And Dre popped off. And Preem got on the bus. And Dre kept popping. And I said, Dre, shut the fuck up. Yeah, that's Supreme from Brooklyn. Shut the fuck up. And he kept popping, and Supreme was like, when you get home, you're dead. You're fucking dead. And I was like, Preem. And I had to get Leo, we had to go to Eric B's room and talk Supreme off the fucking ledge. Like, this is niggas you didn't fuck with. Rakim really had niggas you didn't fuck with. So did Kane.
I was about to say, because they exchanged words.
The niggas surrounded me. You know who saved me? Ice-T and the Boo-Yah Tribe. So I'm doing a whole week of shows on Big Daddy Kane.
Right.
We get to the Friday show, I'm joking around. I'm suing Big Daddy Kane. Everything Big Daddy Kane wrote was my rhymes. I wrote all the Big Daddy Kane stuff. They took offense to it, but I was joking. That's what me and Dre did. So I go to Queen Latifah's birthday party, and they surround me. Like, talking about fucking me up and shit. And the Boo-Yah Tribe and Ice-T came and got me. So when they came and got me, it took me to the car. They put me in Ice-T's car. And Ice-T, so I went back to my hood in Queens and got my niggas. And like, we're going to Brooklyn. We're going to fuck Kane and his niggas up. But Kane wasn't behind it. So what Leo did was brought Kane to the station and we squashed all the beef. But the niggas formed on me. And I was not very happy about it. Not at all.
You were saved by the Boo-Yah.
The Boo-Yah, you know how big them niggas was?
Dog,
they Samoan.
Yeah.
Man, these niggas are
I know they look like wrestlers.
Yeah, these niggas are like 6'6" and better. They saved my fucking
as the
life.
tiny ones.
Yeah, them niggas gonna beat the blood out of me that night. For real, they was. They would have beat me into a pulp. The Boo-Yah Tribe and Ice-T plucked me out of there and got me out of there safely.
Shout out to King and Ice.
Yeah, for real.
Shout out to the Boo-Yah Tribe.
Yeah, Kane, my man.
Before we
Red.
We were talking about things that, that's so Queens, that's so Brooklyn. When do you think, in your opinion, when New York lost their identity, if they did?
When we started trying to be like other cities. And I think it's after, like when Mano came home, I fucking love Mano to death. Like, I put Mano on the radio as soon as he came home. After Mano made High Hater and shit like that, and then he did the record with T-Pain, and I think like somewhere along the way, New York lost its identity because everybody had their time. And New York didn't know how to handle it when they didn't have their time no more. And then we became other people. Like when Designer did Panda, it sounded like a Down South record.
Sounded like Future.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think we lost our identity somewhere within that time period of being what we are.
When that became highlighted.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, you could get a deal from New York. South
Then we wasn't breaking records no more. Radio changed, right? We stopped breaking records. We used to break records. Like, we used to break records. Like, okay, this is a New York record. This is dope. Everybody started to get a little older. Everybody became old school to the next generation that was coming up. And we stopped breaking New York artists. We just stopped. I don't know. We started playing what was popular. But everybody else around the country have always been cities that embrace their artists from that city. And we stopped embracing the artists somewhere down the line. I don't know why. I don't know how that should happen, but we just stopped embracing our artists at some point.
Do you think it might have had?
It was way after Cam and them. It was way after Dipset. Dipset was a fucking movement.
Right.
It was way after G Unit. It was way after Murder Inc. It was after that. I don't know when the fuck this shit happened that we stopped making New York records, but it stopped. I don't know why. Everybody wanted to sound like everybody else.
You know, that's what was selling.
Yeah.
To the other parts of the country.
Yeah, that too.
Outside of New York.
That too.
And I think Biggie helped, unfortunately.
How?
Because when he pointed out in the Going Back to Cali record, he basically said, you want to go gold in New York or do you want to go platinum selling in Cali?
They also say if I got to choose the coast, I got to choose the east.
Right.
Live out there.
Yeah, so don't go there.
But that
Can't rest in the West.
Rest in the West.
Yes.
But when he was talking money,
Right.
he talked about selling
Almost
outside
gold
of New York.
to Jesus show gate. Or do you want to see about
7 digits?
Gold exquisite Cali. Great place to visit.
So it became a thing to sell records someplace else.
But you should
in order to
always
go
sell
on
records
up.
on your own accord.
Right.
You shouldn't sell records trying to
He
sound
never
like
said
somebody.
sound like anybody
No.
else.
Yeah, but the labels who were signing these artists were signing artists who were selling in other places. So they sounded like other artists. So in other words,
But New York blew their own shit out the
Biggie ain't had
water
nothing to
too.
do with that.
You know
No,
what
I
else,
said-
man?
I said
I'ma tell
that
y'all
line
something.
opened the door.
New
I didn't
York
say he did
stopped
it.
supporting New York. The niggas that was on top stopped reaching back to who was coming next. Why Nicki Minaj had to go south to get the sign?
Same reason 50 had to leave.
Right. Why did M and Dre sign 50? Why 50 wasn't co-signed by somebody from New York?
Well, Trackmaster.
Jam Master J.
They tried.
Well, Jay tried.
Yeah, J.
Right.
Tribe.
And then Track tried. And then when he got hit up,
None of the labels wanted.
nobody wanted to
Nobody
fuck with him, right? They tried to blackball him, right?
Right.
And then Eminem got him. But somebody from New York should have been that co-signer on Fifth. Somebody should have been in New York. 50 had run Nicki Minaj around New York for years. And nobody would fuck with her. Deb Anthony was already down south.
Shout out
And
to Deb.
shout out to Deb and Bimmy and the brother Joe. They're all Queens people. And it took Gucci and them to put her on. Why? Because we got too much money. We forgot that we did grab the next that was coming.
I think it was because it was a whole shift in radio. It was a whole shift in radio when the South started making so much noise that the program directors and everybody that's from the top down was just like, yo, we gotta
But even
break
when
these
Master
records
P and them
first.
niggas was rocking, when Juvenile had High,
Right, in
niggas
98.
was rocking. Jay jumped on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Made a new record. We
Now,
made
that
a
was
great
one of the
record. We
only
had
rappers from New York
we
that
had
did that.
Dipset. The niggas was rocking. Cam had a pink Range Rover and a pink fur and the big stupid belts with the rhinestones on it. It was still New York shit, right? Even with the ASAP mob. There was still Harlem, New York shit. What happened? Bobby Shmurda was a New York
He blew up.
He blew up in New York.
right? What's Young M.A.?
She blew up too.
That's New York. Nicki Minaj is New York.
Same thing.
Cardi
Blew
B.
up. I think when you
I
take
blame designer. I'm blaming.